What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? Gosh, it's like this week is going by so fast, yet so slowly at the same time because nothing has happened in the market. We did get a little bit of a pump up around to 114,000 for Bitcoin. Now we're dropping down again, and people are just like, man, emotions are running wild. I see my timeline is just like bipolar. It's like happy, and then it's upset, and then it's happy, and then it's depressed. And I'm just going to continue to tell you guys more of the same thing, in that I still haven't seen an indicator show me that we are in a bear market right now. So for me, the time is just it. It's more time, it's more patience, and that's going to bleed a lot of people out because we've been chatting here right before the show starting about how people are feeling, and it's like, yeah, time capitulation is much harder than price because it's just like a slow bleed, right? And it's like people don't know what's going on, they get frustrated and they quit and they go home. But I'm here to tell you that even though we're saying more of the same thing, we're picking out different points of confluence to show you the bigger picture here. And today we have the second part two of yesterday. So shout out to the real ones who are here, guys. Like, we're going to give you the juice today. It's called, many things. Rob will get on here and tell you, but we're going to talk about the ninth inning for Bitcoin. That's right. We're in the ninth inning, and my thumbnail is bold and it says Banana Zone is coming back. I do believe that it will come back if this plays out again, as it has every time this has happened previously, right? So we're going to show you something else today that might interest you and might kind of like open your mind a little as to where we could be headed from here. So guys, I just want to shout out everybody who's on the stream. DJ Brian, what's up? Can't see much happening this week. Yeah, it's almost like, okay, we're not mega bullish, but it's also time to consolidate, to plan, to get ready. And that is the only part I like about this, right? Like, nobody likes this, but at least you don't have the anxiety of, am I positioned fully? Like, I didn't have time. I didn't think this through. Let's think it through, and very thoroughly. El Gamad, what's up to you? JD, how's it going? Love to see you. Love to see you. AMLO, should I call you that? AMLO? What's up? Yeah, you had a lot of emotions too. I understand the emotions. I do understand the emotions. We're just trying to make sure they don't get the better of you during this time. And that's why we chose to do lives each and every day, even when Bitcoin is like this. And even when, things aren't popping, Rob has still been able to find you setups that make you money, right? So we are going to make money together this cycle, on the ups and on the downs. And there's a lot of juice left. And you guys have not seen anything. If you're new here, don't give up. Okay, just don't give up. That's all I'm going to say. Let's go, Nafa. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I like your vibes. I couldn't possibly wait another 4 years for a yeah. I get what you're saying, Emlo. Okay, I get what you're saying. Except, I get a lot of comments after these, like, pack up, go home, it's bear market. One guy said, well, if we do get the bear, I think it was Richard, it's going to be more shallow. And that's a good point. Like, even if this were like a mini bear market of 4 to 5 to 6 months, we haven't had a blow off top. So why would we need to have a massive dump from here? It wouldn't make sense. All the indicators are on the floor. All of them are about to curl up, it seems. And we still don't have confirmation of being anywhere near that bear market territory right now. So guys, just hear me out. Just like the title says, hear me out. Maybe you'll change your mind, or maybe you'll just have more open opinion. And that's what we do. We pivot as we get more facts. And right now, we have other indicators that we're going to look at with Rob today. Just on the news front, before we get going, I was just trying to look for some updates, see if anything is happening in this market. I did get some normies coming to me and saying, oh my God, Eric Trump, he approved a zero capital gains tax on not made in the US cryptos. And it's like, no, we were talking, Rob and I, and we're like, no, he can't do that. Trump has to do that, right? So it's old circulated news. So it seems that like somebody's trying to like get that bullish narrative back. So there was that news. That's the only news that's been circulating today. Also, BNB is like crushing it. Okay, they just got officially added to Poly Market for deposits and withdrawals. So they're really up there in fees, like one of the top platforms now. And also, they just got listed on Robinhood. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people are wondering, why is BNB ripping while everything else is dipping, right? And it's just so strange. Like, what's going on? Is there something weird there? And the truth is, I don't know. I do know the Binance team well, so I just think that they like know what they're doing and they bet on it. But you never know. So, but I do know that good marketing and good narratives go a long way, and CZ's pretty brilliant. So yeah, I mean, maybe he's doing it right while others are faltering because they're worried more about the product rather than the market fit. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on that. But Cadena, what happened with Cadena? Something did happen with Cadena. I was reading about that, but I did forget now. Ocean is running as well. Hi from New Zealand, Mark. Wow, all the way across the world. What time is it over there? Where are you guys all tuning in from? I want to know everything. I want to know what you're drinking, how you're feeling. I'm checking in with you. And on that note, while you're thinking about what to tell me about how you're thinking and feeling, I'm gonna bring Rob up. Rob, how
Hey,
you
what's
doing?
up? Just sitting back, kicking back, relaxing.
Yeah, okay, that's how you're feeling then, right? Like it's boring, but you don't seem like you're panicking.
No, no reason to panic. I mean, anything that happens, you should have a plan for. You should have plans for ups and downs. That's the way the market works. It goes. You only have two direct, well, technically three, but up, down, sideways. So you should have a plan for it all. If it's going to go down, have a plan. If it's going to go up, have a plan. If it's going to go sideways, have a plan.
Absolutely. And so that's when you can be calm during these times, is that you kind of like how you go in with the strategy before you. I mean, a lot of people, like we said, have round trip and they're waiting for those altcoins to pump and stuff. So there's not much to do rather than be patient if you're in that boat. And I know a majority of the market is in that boat because 70% in a big massive poll said they were underwater in this bull market. So more patience, guys, more patience. They're saying that Cadena and Ocean have both rubbed. Is that true? I think Cadena just had major news come out today. I just saw
That they
something
rugged
about, yeah, they're saying they both rugged.
an ocean.
And Ocean, yeah, that would
Isn't
strangely,
that an
or
AI token?
no, Ocean Protocol. It's been around for a long time, but you guys saying they rugged or they pumped? Now I'm confused. Joining forces against us. BNB got listed on Coinbase. I mean, well, the more places listed, the better, right? For everybody who holds and for crypto in general. But okay, so you're saying Cadena and Ocean joining forces. It's a big boat. What's up, Realized Bear? Yeah. 8:50 this morning. Oh wow, 8:50. He's in Thursday morning, you guys. This is cool. Like you're like coming to us from the future. And yes, the markets are very frustrating, but the storm, like we're weathering the storm now, and those who can survive will thrive. I truly believe it. And once we get through this boring part, let's build, let's come up with theories, conclusions. Let's like strategize, you guys. I was just on a spaces today with X Spaces with Anthony Pompliano, big voice in the industry, as well as Bill Ty, investor in Canva. He literally invested in Canva like pre-seed round, and what was the other one? Canva and one more. Oh my gosh, was it Uber? Maybe. I mean, talk about investing when things are boring, right? Oh, and I just saw this thing today. I have to tell you guys this because I feel like we need a mental check-in sometimes. The founders of YouTube did an interview and they were like, dude, only 50 videos came up. Our product's lame. We have to just like level with ourselves. We're never going to make it. I mean, like, I guess my point here is if you don't give up and you keep going and you stay consistent and you stick to the plan, magical things will happen, right? I mean, look at Canva now, look at Uber now, YouTube is a titan. I just truly believe that like massive things are coming. So I just want to spread that feeling to you guys because, I don't want you to give up when we're on the floor potentially here. Ocean split from the alliance. Skull, that's right, Realized Bear. I should be having a cocktail right now. That's how I'm feeling. That's the kind of vibes I'm getting. But just 1 second, you guys, because I really think that I thought that I saw news on Cadena, like big news. Here it is. Public announcement. Here's a public announcement. Let's see what they said. Oh wow. We regret to announce that Cadena is no longer able to continue business operations and will be ceasing all business activity and maintenance. Whoa, that's wild. Okay. I mean, yeah, that things breaking in a bear market, guys. I mean, that's what that looks like to me. That sucks. I mean, that's the nature of startups, essentially, right? So I don't know if anybody holds Cadena, but I think it was a big DeFi play back in the day, right? Do you remember that one, Rob?
Actually, no, I don't. What's the ticker of it?
KDA.
KDA? Look it up. Sometimes you get a liquidity exit.
Okay, so if anybody is in Cadena, we're going to tell you how to exit right now. So that's the alpha for you. I can't believe Ocean's doing it too, though. Very strange, because I just saw some hype news about Cadena, I thought the other day. So maybe they were trying to revive it and they just couldn't. A lot of these coins, I do know from being an advisor to several big protocols, that a lot of them have their sort of break-even points where they can only stay afloat at a certain rate for so long. And that's why time capitulation is the worst, because you have to get through it. You have to have a runway. And this is one of the reasons why I always thought Binance stayed ahead while a lot of the other exchanges like fell under, because CZ talked about, understand the bear markets and knowing that you need to have that runway, and you can't blow it all on crypto.com and all this stuff, right? Like, because not a shout out to them, but like what FTX did, just blowing mad money everywhere, because when the bear market hits, you can't survive. And if you survive, you thrive. And that's why I like teams like Theta that are quietly building in the background, Cardano. It doesn't matter about the hype as long as they're sustainable, right? So were you able to check that out, Rob?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I mean, it definitely broke down high volume. There was no liquidity exit, which is kind of surprising. So if you're still in it, there is still a possible, and those come out of nowhere too. Like, I think Bake did one the other day, like other week or something like that, where Bake went up like crazy. It was a liquidity exit.
Right.
So we haven't had that yet. So if you're still in it, there is a potential chance if it does turn really green, don't get excited. That's your opportunity of leaving at something better than it is right now, but there isn't a guarantee of that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate, but this is the name of the game for some of them, which is why, having your portfolio made up of like a pillar of, like blue chips, quote unquote, right? Like the top 10 is a good strategy. And then, venturing out with the rest of the 20% of your portfolio or something like that. So
it looks like there's buying volume coming right now. So somebody might be trying to pump it to get out. And that's what that is. Like right now, since that there's bearish news on it, at a bearish breakdown of a high time frame, and there's buying. It looks like in the go to 2 hour and 4 hour chart, you can see some buying volume coming in. That means there's probably some kind of big player in it that has good social following that's trying to pump it right now so he can get out.
Right. Right. I mean, they say that the protocol is going to continue in their absence, and that it'll continue to be distributed as mining rewards to 2139, but that it has to shift to community governance and maintenance. And, we've all seen how that's played out so far. I mean, we're just not there yet as an industry. It feels to completely hand over protocols to community and governance. And I hope that we get there. I know that Cardano just did it, but, there was a big, massive team behind that, and a big push and a massive effort and a lot of funds. Charles Hoskinson has invested a lot of funds in Cardano, right? So, yeah. Anyway, let's get to the topic of the day, Rob. I see you're in Discord now in the Hive.
Yeah, I'm in the background.
All right.
I actually just posted a setup today right now. JTO 4 hour chart. If it breaks down, we're gonna look some money on making on the downside of it while we're waiting. It's just a descending triangle after the breakdown last time, so it's consolidating for more downside. So I'm looking to short JTO again if if it breaks down.
There you go. So to cheer up, everybody who's down today, you can go and make money short in the market, right? So Rob just posted a setup in the Hive Discord. The link is in the description. We are keeping it open until Friday to everybody. So take advantage of that, guys. It's free, and you get access to Rob and some brilliant trader setups. His setups are in CryptoGents. He's in CryptoGents Leverage right now, and you can see all the setups there in real time. And Rob is constantly posting, and it's fire. So
Mike posted a long today too. I'm not sure if it played out up there or not. So have a long ready, have a short ready for day trades. Don't know what's going to happen. We had a good day yesterday for longs. Today, I woke up. I didn't get to set up any shorts or any plays. I didn't see anything I liked. So it was basically a no trade day for me. I was actually, whenever I was bored, I was playing around the meme market, trying to get a meme strategy put together.
That's right. Yeah, we are going to do that, you guys. I'm telling you, when this market gets hot, it'll flip on a dime, and we'll go from extreme fear to greed in like record speed. You'll see how this works. So we're going to start a meme coin group as well, because Rob is really good at picking those out and calling them and helping people trade. So that's a lot of fun, and that's to trade, right? So if you guys are interested in that, we're going to have that kind of group, and we're also going to have a leverage call out group. We're going to have a lot of different groups within the Hive, but right now it's open, free access to everybody. So take advantage of that. And Cam, what's up? Let's go. First time here, newcomer. Oh, welcome to the show. You've come to the right place. The Clash family. Okay, so we have the A team, and this is the first time I hear about the Clash family. Oh, is this a coin? It's okay. It's a coin. All right. Well, welcome to the show. Anyway, we might take a look at that at the end. And Graham, you're absolutely right. You're always there telling us it's a good time to DCA, and I like that, because that's consistency, and that's what I'm doing. So keep it simple, guys. You can DCA and then make money on Rob's leverage trades, short or not, or long. So depending on what the market gives us, but the market is a little bit moody. So we're going to talk about something different today to take all of your minds off the moody market and that nothing's happening, because this is something truly interesting that I haven't seen any other analysts talk about. And that's, I'll let you say it, Rob, because I love how you bring the energy to the crowd. So take it away.
All right. So what we're going to be talking about today is the ninth law of Bitcoin. And this is a very interesting concept theory that I just recently found. I'm trying to back test completely. And it actually seems to work out pretty well in bull markets and actually somewhat in bear markets as well, too. And with anything that you find, you have to find rules to it to make it kind of go along with every cycle there is. And this is something that's kind of been back tested in most cycles. And what that is, there's typically 9 dips in a Bitcoin cycle. And the ninth dip is usually the most important one, because that's usually the one that is, after that, you have the most parabolic moves, or the last move up. And that's where we're basically at. And we're going to kind of just go through the charts on that and kind of look at that as of right now. Now, dips, the traditional market likes to call them corrections. And what is a correction in the traditional in the Bitcoin market? We're calling them, on average, for since Bitcoin has been bored, anywhere from 25 to like 30%. And I have that written down in these rules here. So the nice timing and clusters of these dips tend to cluster towards the mid to late cycles of the cycle during the average round of 2.5 months total, revolving upward as long as the macro uptrend holds, which we are in a macro uptrend as of right now.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see if there's any other important rules that we wrote on here that I want to mention right now, because there's 7 of them.
Right.
So evolving patterns. The rule isn't absolute. So there's no absolute rules of anything in crypto or in trading. They're all theories. So I always want to make sure that's out there as well too. With institutional involvement may lead to shallower dips, which we have seen this bull market alter timing, but the historical data from 2013, 17, 21 supports the 9 dip trend, the 9 correction trend. So that is something that has been happening in here. So like, I've kind of basically mapped them all out here. I didn't, it was making the chart really messy, as you can see over here, as I was sitting there mapping them out. So 2011, 2013, we had nine decent corrections, and this is the weekly chart. So you see how we did green up here, then we had another correction rate afterwards. And then we sat there every time we had a correction, we had about up to 9 of them until we got to our last one here, where we had 1,600% gains on an upward thrust, which was really good. That was basically after a 9th dip and gave us our bull market top. Now, I didn't get to sit there and do them all on I have them all written out here for the 2017 bull run. And I don't have them all written, shown on here, but I have all the dates and stuff like that here. I'm double checking everything as well too as I was making this. I can only sit down for 1 hour because of my back right now.
Rob is giving it all, guys. Even though he's got a lot going on, he's still the most positive, happiest guy ever, and here giving us the alpha. So if you guys like that, do hit the like button and subscribe and help share this content to get it out there to more people. And also, you can support the channel by signing up to BYD5. They're doing a massive deposit bonus right now. It's no KYC. Use your Gmail. The link is in the description below as well. But yeah, we love the vibes, Robin. You went all the way back here to 2011. That's pretty awesome. I mean, that's like pretty as far back as it gets, right? So what we found here is that after the 9th dip on this first bull run, it was a 1,600% up from that last dip.
Yep. So that parabolic run rate, so that's where you made the most money. The quickest money typically is when you is on that last run up, and then before you go into the 4-year bear market, right. Or the 1-year bear market out in the 4-year cycle. Sorry, mixing my words up.
Yeah. Can you imagine how many people would be so upset if they got shaken out where we are right now after Bitcoin did a 16x? And yeah, okay, it's diminishing returns. So we're not going to get a 16x, but I mean, this is just showing that we get parabolic pumps at the least, right? Or typically that's what's happened. So yeah, let's go on to the next one.
All right, so 2015, 2017, I have it from January 16, 2016, March 2016, May 2016, August 2016, October. And these are all the dips that are fitting that criteria of 20 to 25% of a correction in the markets. And every time we get one of those, you get a pump. And the last one right here, which I just marked the last one on this one here, is where we got the most parabolic pump of 1,000% on Bitcoin. So anybody who's said it was over, and typically when you get these 25% corrections, that's when people start saying it's over, it's not going higher, and then you get that impulse move up. So
Yeah.
2017, that's the one that most people talk about. That's usually one that was the most perfect bull run in Bitcoin. We got to 20K, and then we had our bear markets. So I did 2019 to 21 as well too. After this bear market right here, like I said, this was making the chart really crowd and dirty whenever I was making this one here. But I have these all marked out here for August 2019, November 2019, February 2020, March 2020, Jan 2020, September 2020, and I have them all marked out. And then after our last one right in here, it wasn't a pair. I mean, it was a parabolic move. We had over a 2x move from this bottom here up to the cycle top after our last major correction right here before the bear market. So, and those are typically where you get your best alt moves as well too, which we started finding out in 2017 and the last bull market as well too. Is typically is where you get your best altcoin moves. So that's something that we had in every move. So hang on one second, guys. My kids just came in and they're going to be talking to me.
That's all right. So what I'll say is it's the last hurrah, you guys. In the ninth inning, it's the last hurrah. And we're right there, right before that bull market blow off top, right? I mean, we're just right there. And maybe we won't get a blow off top. But as Rob said, parabolic moves are parabolic moves. What is this? 1.5x in Bitcoin is a big move, especially when we get these higher numbers and, bigger markets. So it's nothing to fade by any means. And so we're looking at right now, the pandemic year, right? So let's continue with that. You're muted. I mean, I might have muted you. I'll unmute you.
There we go. I unmuted myself. Yeah, my kids, I knew they were going to come. As soon as I heard them, like, oh, they're coming and talk to me.
No worries.
But so yeah, it's just basically you get those 9, and they're not just the regular dips. They're just they're the ones with the news, the one that scares everybody out, the ones 25% or so, give or take, and it's actually a true correction. And the stock market doesn't call them crashes. The stock market doesn't call them this. They actually call them corrections in the stock market area. Whenever they get those kind of dips and stuff like that. So, and Bitcoin and crypto, it's just a little bit bigger. And as we've been maturing, they've actually been getting smaller. So I actually I did a little bit more of writing this one out. So I'm going to go ahead and expand this year out from when we started here.
So while Rob is getting that up, I just want to read a few. So there's a lot of Clash people. I mean, is that like a meme coin? What is Clash? I see a lot of you Clash people in the house. Cam, yeah, females in the space. We're few and far between, but we want to let other women know that they have a seat at the table and a place here, and that it's the absolute best place to be. So I'd love to meet your girlfriend. In fact, we have some female traders. We've also got like a all women's part of the Discord where they can hang out in the hive. It's called the Queen Bee Corner. And yeah, I'd love to meet your girlfriend. I'd love to get more women involved. Actually, we just had a single mom sign up. Her name is also Megan, and she is crushing it, guys. She's like turning everything around. I mean, like, can you imagine just like learning a new skill and then starting to make like a decent living off of it? It's really crazy to see, and I absolutely love it. Mateo, how much percentage theta of your portfolio are you planning to sell this bull run? That is a good question. I kind of want to take it and see it as it goes. Maybe I'll do a bull market exit strategy video. I haven't really decided the total amount I'll be selling, but I have marked like sell areas where I want to sell some. Of course, I'm going to keep quite a bit because I think it could be like the Amazon or the horse to win the race. I'm not sure yet though. I still have to decide that in total. Mega, yeah, that's right, AMLO. Yeah, I'm a big ADA holder. It's one of my top 4 for sure. I love ADA. So realistic prices, I mean, we've charted it many times. We show anywhere from like $6 to $10, right, for this cycle. So if we get this blast hurrah and this big parabolic run that seems like we could get, I wouldn't doubt that it could hit those numbers. We did chart this out previously with another analyst on the log scale long term, and the number was pretty astounding. But long term, that number came out to $75. So I'm just saying, Cardano long term, I think it's probably close to my biggest holding. I mean, behind Bitcoin, right, and ETH. But yeah, I'll send you that video. You might want to check that out. Mayday, Clash family in the house. Oh, what's up? Is that Joe? 11th on the like. Smash the like button. Good to see you, man. Easy way to show support. We really should appreciate that very, very much. We appreciate all of you. And I'm loving this new family here. Tiamalo, are we going to go parabolic yet? That is exactly what we're talking about. And actually, history shows that we most definitely could, right? And that's hence the thumbnail. banana zone is back. Banana zone is back, I believe. If this happens and this plays out again, and we have all these macro bullish factors and tailwinds and all this stuff, I mean, like crypto altcoins would not move with it. Hey, now what's up, block miners? How's it going? Welcome to the show. Currently $40 million market cap. Oh, it's a low market cap. You guys are digging in the trenches over there. Strong community every week. Well, it's good to see that it's strong community. So yeah, okay, the Clash family's here full force. Maybe take a look at that at the end. But now let's get to the good stuff, Rob. So we're in this cycle now. We're looking at this ninth dip, right?
Yeah, so basically I just measured out all the dips that we had so far, or the corrections, to professionally say it. And we had the first one basically was the what was it? Bull cycle 9 dip. The first one was the post FTX bank fears. So basically after FTX, we had fears and a bunch of fear in the market. So we had the first rally, then kind of pull back after that. That was the post FTX thing. Then on 2nd of May 2023, we had the Fed rate hike FUD. So we had that hit the market. So more traditional stuff actually hitting the market on this one here that rolled over from the stock market. And then we had from July to August, we had the SEC delays. And then from in October, we had the pre-ETF jitters, I'm calling it. So everybody not sure if we're going to get all the ETF stuff and everything like that. And then we had the post-ETF profit taking, those dips on the January and February, March, April, 9. So, all this has news behind it, and they're typically just 25%-ish, give or take a little bit. Then we had the halving, dip after that there. So you had the halving, then after that, you lose a small dip. And then we had the macro fears that basically came in on August 7th. Then I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward to today, and we have the post-election, post-election made from a May dipping. What I wrote that one on there for?
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's basically the ongoing on right now, and we've only dipped, and this is the 9th dip, and typically after the 9th dip, that's the final one before the next parabolic phase which we haven't really had a giant parabolic phase this time. They always been kind of normal corrections the whole time, and we're only down 17% right now. So everybody kept saying we could go down to $90,000 and still be bullish, and I didn't really have any TA to back anybody up say on that one there. And this TA here actually tells us that yes, a 25% dip is down to about 92K. So, and that's also this support over here as well too. So now I can sit there and support anybody who says that going down to 90K or 92K still be bullish. Now I have a chart showing that yes, that actually is still based off this idea, this theory here, that yes, we can still be bullish if we go down to 92K. So after saying that so many times, I have to sit there and find something to support that on past history wise that supports that. And now we have it.
Yeah, I think this is brilliant. I think it's so cool to look at these different perspectives about, everybody's chanting one thing, but let's see if that's possible and why on the charts. And that's why we come here with Rob, right? So I think also if you look on the monthly, I think maybe on the monthly higher lows, 90,000 would still be considered a bull run. I'm not sure on that, but maybe we'll have a look at that later. But this is like really, really groundbreaking stuff, guys. I just feel like you got to look at this from all angles. And if we did go down to 90K, maybe it wouldn't be long lived, but what would you guys do? Would you freak out? Would you sell? Would you capitulate? Would you buy the dip? Have you already invested everything? It would be scary. It would be scary. And people would definitely think it's over then. And that's probably exactly the point where it would turn around if this same scenario were to play out, because, we got to get that flush. That's how they do. That's how these markets work, right? Bitcoin does what people think it won't do. Maybe we get a little rally first and then we have the big correction. But all I know is that if we can get through this, we will be okay. That's what I know. So I actually just realized that your name is Tio Malo. So I speak Spanish, actually, guys, and we're thinking about doing some Spanish content and a Spanish channel. I don't know what everybody thinks about that. Does anybody speak Spanish in this channel? Let me know. Joe says Rob is a beast. He is a beast, you guys. That is the best way to describe it. Tio Malo, can macro fears go any lower? I mean, they can, but it's like we're already on the floor. Do you know what I mean? Like we're so full of fear in this market now. Also, it's like we tend to bottom on the first dip when like big macro stuff comes out, like the war, for example, with Russia. We dropped all the way down and then we bottomed out of that and we climbed out of that like in a big way. So I don't know if we've already, seen the worst for the cycle, if we will go down to that 92K, but all I know is that We can still make it. We can still make it, and it's going to be okay. Baby Whale Shark, thank you for reposting the stream. Can you turn mic level down? Okay, I actually don't know how to do that, but I'm glad that my mic is coming in loud and clear. Let's see. I'll figure that out in a minute. Maybe I'll stand a little bit farther away from the mic. You do speak Spanish. Okay, ¿qué pasa, AMLO?
We actually have one of our traders that post in group speak Spanish as well too. So if we do start doing that, so when we're over here looking at the Discord here, our guy at Bit Addict, he actually speaks Spanish. So he's one that can actually help us out with that as well too.
Oh, there you go. Well, let's go. Like we've got traders that speak Spanish and that are going to have like a whole Spanish family. So AMLO, ¿qué quieres que te diga? I have a little bit of
AI that translates everything for me, so I'll be all right.
Maybe we'll do a
I help out in an Arabic group and that speak all Arabic, and I help out in there. And
that's what's up. Nadie aquí mirándote. Okay, viéndote. Oh yeah, but only you, only you. I guess you're the only one. Tio Malo's got to speak Spanish. Love to see the Clash family. Where George? Okay. So let's get back to the chart. So we're here now. What kind of like based on the previous pumps? Like, do we have an average of like a number we could see if we were to drop down to 92, like 1.5?
Yeah. The average is like on these pullbacks, we're 20 to 25% on basically all of them. We're only down right now. Max we went down so far is 17%. 93K, 92K, we're looking at 25%, which is normal on a correction. And
right.
That's a normal Bitcoin correction. That's technically bear market in the stock market world, but on Bitcoin from all previous cycles, all previous data, a 25% pullback is a normal correction, not bear market in the crypto world. So, and that's happened this whole time on this bull cycle in Pacific, every bull cycle actually, but this one as well too. Nothing has happened different on each correction. So this correction is completely normal for Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah.
It's actually smaller than normal as of right now. So if we go to
and everybody thinks that it's like something different, or I don't know. There's just too much fear in the market right now compared to where we're headed. Let me know if that mic level is better, you guys. I just turned it down a little bit. But I agree with you, Rob. This is an interesting comment here. Que se case. I don't know. I'm not knowing how to pronounce a lot of these names, but I'm glad to see you. Bitcoin will not close a weekly under 100K. It's simple. I kind of agree with you on that. I think that if we were to see a dip down to 92 or 90, it would be short-lived. I think there are a lot of bidders at those levels. And I mean, BlackRock just bought $5 billion at 105K. So imagine what they would do if it went down to 90, right?
I mean, the one thing I like to say is I never like to say never. I don't like to speak in absolutes. So can it close underneath 900K in the weekly? Yes, it can. If it does, what's your plan? Right. If you don't have a plan for it, then that's where most traders or most people find themselves at a loss, because like there's no way this can happen. No, anything can happen in the world of trading and the world of charts, because everything is just a theory. So I would suggest sit there instead of saying that this can never happen. I would say if this does happen, what are you going to do? Like make a plan for it.
And that's why Rob is here, to ground us all. But, if anything is possible in trading, then you take a look at probabilities. Maybe it turns out that probabilities are less or more likely of playing out, but possibilities are possibilities. That is true. And, I do believe that if we did go into a bear market, that potentially be a little bit much more shallow than the average bear markets, because these cycles are different. We have massive liquidity coming in. We have big players, and we haven't seen that sort of like blow off top mania area, right? To where we'd have this cascading mega crash.
So not at all. There's been no like excitement like that this whole bull run.
Yeah. So Cam says BTC peak will be around February, March. Calling it. All right, 150K. So on my podcast, I've asked all of some of the biggest players in the industry what they think it'll hit. Yatsu, the co-founder of Animoca Brands, I think he said 200K. Kevin O'Leary said 150K by the end of this year. I just showed this post. I mean, the minimum was 150K. Tim Draper and Charles Hoskinson both said 250K by the end of this year. That's just the thing. Predictions are predictions. They play out or they don't. I mean, Tim Draper's been calling like 150K for the last 6 years. The guy is a visionary. He's very early to things, but it's very hard to get timing right. And that's why, you can't really, you can't time the market when you trade. That's another thing. But DCAing it really is a great way to look at the market if you're a very long-term investor. So that's a good plan. Okay, I'm glad my mic sounds high. Rob's mic is very high pitch. Okay, we'll work on it. We'll make sure we try to get that just right for you guys. Grab your popcorn because we are coming back to the juice. Okay, so what about average, run ups for those charts? So the average pull down was 25. Can we even get an average pump after the ninth inning?
Yeah,
Seeing
average
as how
pump is supposed to be the biggest and quickest one.
biggest and quickest. So we
That's
don't
why
have like a
yeah,
percentage.
that's supposed to be the exciting one. Well, everyone has diminishing returns, but let me
Mhm.
go ahead and go back to that chart. And after that, we're gonna go over the weekly chart as well too. That's really
Okay.
interesting. Unless we want to do that one tomorrow, up to you guys.
Mhm.
Anyway, so let me go ahead and go through this chart right here. So we had our first one. I have them all written out actually.
Let's see it. Okay. So 1600%.
So yeah, we had 1600% for our first one. For our last one was right here. We had 1000%. And then actually that was our 2017. Then this one here was 132%. So that was probably our worst one. Was our last market one cycle.
Right. So we had like a 16x and then like a 10x,
Yep. Then a
right?
2x. A little over a
Yeah.
2x.
Right. So maybe we get anywhere from like, you know, zero point 0.5 to a 1 to a 2x. You
Yep.
never know. Somewhere in that area. And we do have fib levels to know where we could pump to from here. And there's a lot of confluence in the 100 and I believe it was 170K area. But yeah, so basically I think what we should take from this is it's the fastest and biggest pump of the cycle. So we don't know exactly where it's going to land, but that's what history tells us. Doesn't always rhyme, but often repeats. So
Yep.
the point, yeah. So the point here would be you must be ready because it's going to be like a very short amount of time that Bitcoin's doing this.
Correct. And knowing where it's going to land, I don't really like saying I like to know where things are going to land. I could sit there and point some indicators like pi cycle top. I can put some fibs on it and stuff like that. And they're all like a lot of them are going from 130,000 up to 200,000 or so in those areas. And that's a pretty big wide area to sit there and say, well, this one could be right or this one could be right. But I do like to look for some basic signals. If you keep tuning in, we're going to go over it whenever they start doing when they start happening of hey, we're getting the signals now saying cycle top's just about in for this 4-year cycle. So you might want to take some profits off the board, up to you, or get ready for some good shorting or something like that.
Right.
And that's where you kind of start zooming out into the weekly chart or zooming into the weekly chart like this one here. And you can sit there and just look at this chart right here, how it's looking right now, where you get the twice a year on the Stosh RSI, you typically get bullish crossovers where you get your like right here where you get your biggest pumps, or like this one right here where you get your biggest pumps after that. And that's what we're going to be looking for on the weekly Stosh RSI here. We're getting our fake out right now, but we didn't break market structure yet. And we're going to be looking for that crossover again to get that bullish crossover to get our next biggest pump, which on this one here, you had one fake out before we had, or two fake outs before we got our biggest pump. So the question is how many, the amount of fake outs we get is very minimum on this oscillator, but on high time frames. But you get one or two sometimes, which is perfectly fine. But over here is where we had the biggest pump. It does give you the indication when we get our biggest pump to the upside and our biggest pump to the downside, which we're experiencing right now, right, and right here and right here. So if we get those all the way, get that all the way up there on the next leg up, that our most parabolic move, that starts curving over. Say it's at 160,000, and that's when like, all right, cycle pop might be in. Might want to take some profits off the board. So that's what I'm
Right.
kind of looking at.
So around the 150, 160K area to potentially plan to take some profits if that's, your strategy. I know a lot of people are holding Bitcoin long term. There's many different strategies, but if you're trading Bitcoin, that could be a potential good area to start looking at, right?
Scaling out or something. Oh, the signals are given at that price, then yes.
Right. Yeah. So exactly. That's going to be something that we're going to have to watch and monitor and let you guys know in real time because we've been here for you Monday through Friday so far. And we're doing our best to give you as much value as possible. So we're going to build out some really incredible things. I want to remind you guys to get in the Discord and do it now. I want to see you in there. There's no excuse. It's down in the chat. The description is the link to the Hive. Okay. That's where we're all hanging out and where Rob and his team are posting all the time. So really interesting time to me. I know it's boring to most, but interesting because like, are we on the precipice again? Like this is exciting also, right? So wow. Okay. So the clash is from George from Crypto's RS. He's in a lot of the chats that I'm in. That's pretty cool. So you guys are out in full force, huh? The Crypto Clash George Army. Okay, Watchman wants me to say, are we gonna destroy the bears? Okay, in Spanish. So I speak Spain Spanish, so it might sound a little bit different, but I would say, vamos a darles una paliza a los bears. So we use the theta here in Spain, so that might be something weird, but that's how I would say it. And yeah, I can't wait to start that Spanish channel, you guys. Question: what's your stance on institutional adoption? Has it been a good thing for Bitcoin? I mean, I absolutely believe so. It's given us the seal of approval to the outside world that we need to mature. The big liquidity, the big funds, like we haven't even seen the beginning of that, or we're at the tip of the iceberg because we need to get the Clarity Act. We need to get sovereign wealth. I mean, like there's so many other points of liquidity yet to come into this market. This was the stamp of approval. Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, talking about Bitcoin to the world is not a negative thing, in my opinion, at all. And actually, today on the X Spaces with Proppy, by the way, Proppy had a big pump, Pro Token. I told you about it the other day in the chat. Came back down, but they just got listed on Kraken. I think that those projects doing real things, they're bringing real estate on chain, are going to be like some of the biggest winners this cycle. But he said that in 10 to 20 years from now, we're not going to be called the crypto space. It just is going to be the space that we're living in. Like we don't call it, the internet. It's just embedded in the system now. So 10 to 20 years, crypto will be embedded in the system. And he says you could even go so far as to call BlackRock a Bitcoin company because their most profitable product is Bitcoin. And I don't think they'd agree to that, but that's how this is. So yeah, I think this is all going to mesh and be one. And we're having like this really big inflection point where we're seeing a lot of changes and those old dinosaur ways getting onto the new ways. And we're just going to be like our life's built on blockchain rails. That's how I see that. So yeah, I think it absolutely is a good thing for crypto. Bitcoin is actually below its mean price right now. This is definitely not a top. Well, so many indicators, Bob. That's what I'm saying. Joe, what's up? If you smash a like, make sure to share your support. Oh yes, thank you so much, Joe. I really appreciate you saying that. And we appreciate all your love and everybody for being here for sure. Cam, let's freaking go. All right, thanks, AMLO. Did I get the seal of approval for the Spanish? Palazos, palizas, a beating. Won't be long until gaming will accept crypto payments. I mean, they're probably doing it. Imagine GTA comes out. Who plays GTA here? I mean, I don't often play, but it is fun to like run around sometimes and cause.
I haven't played that game for years.
I mean, it is
GTA 1, 2, and 3. I remember when GTA 3 came out and that was like the big hype, and everyone was like, "Oh, you can a first-person view." No, oh yeah, doing all the little cheat codes and everything.
Yeah, so will you be playing GTA? I feel like everybody's talking about GTA 6, and imagine you can, interact with NFTs and crypto. I mean, I think that's definitely coming. Will it be coming on this iteration? I mean, they stalled it for so long. Maybe that's what it's about. I don't know. I'm just saying it is on the verge of adoption in gaming for sure. I would agree with you, John. And so crypto gaming will probably pick up in a big way. At least Animoca Brands is betting on it in a big way, billions of dollars. I still call it Facebook, says Joe. You're so old. No, I still call it Facebook. What's it called? Is it called something else? Meta.
Meta. Oh. I had to think about that for a bit. I'm like, why is it? I still call it Facebook too.
Oh my God, I've forgotten. Oh, good. A brilliant story about that is I was giving a lecture at our members club here in Marbella to a bunch of traditional finance guys, telling them about the space. And it was in the beginning of the bull run in 2021 or, right before it. And I told them that gaming was going to be big. And the next day, Mark Zuckerberg came out and said it was going to be named Meta. And all of the tokens that I talked about, I mean, just talk about timing. Like sometimes you're there, guys. Sometimes you're there, right? But it will come back. It will come back. Just, how and when. GTA 6 would be a nice entry. Yeah, maybe that'll be a top signal when GTA 6 comes out. Digital assets, specifically streamer coins, will slow for higher value for streamers to access liquidity through their community. I mean, crypto can do so much more than what we could do on traditional rails. It just can. It provides liquidity for like assets like real estate where, it provides access. So everybody can access it. And you don't need to have hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to be a part of a bigger portfolio. So SPL 814 says Zero says crash not over. Probably not. We may have some work to do here. We may have quite a bit of work to do here, but that does not mean, or at least for me and what we're saying on the stream, is we don't see macro bearish signals right now. GTA is going to be crazy. Yes, I'm not a super gamer, but I think I'd like to try that one. We don't have MySpace anymore. Watchmen, you're dating yourself. I'm just kidding. No, I remember MySpace too. And that's probably where we're at right now in blockchain. wouldn't you guys say? Like, I think we're right around like when MySpace was created. Kind of the buzz is going on and people are starting to adopt it, but they're looking at you internet weirdos like, what is this? Why are you posting photos? So yeah. Anyway, my rant is over.
Facebook.
Yeah, you have
You
Facebook.
and stuff, and
I remember, okay, last story. You guys are taking me down memory lane. When Facebook came out was the year I was in college, okay? So like 2004. So whoa, and I remember like you had to be in university and have a .edu to access it. Do you guys remember that? Because that now I got you, Watchmen. I got you. All right. All right, Rob, what do we got here?
so this is actually ATH. I'm just going over some setups that we went over in group, and somebody asked about it, and I said basically if you if it broke down, and the best way to get out would to be bearishly retested it, and we charted it when it was down in this area. After we charted it, it did go up about 10 to 15%. So that would have been a good exit area and kind of see what happened. If you could also did a V bounce kind of buy down there as well too, DCA down to kind of take out some of that pain that you're in, and then kind of maybe got out at a closer break even, right, or a profit depending on how much you put in or something like that. And now it is back down. And I also said if you wanted to, you could actually short it. And now it is back down about 14%. So we're right back to where we're at last time we charted ATH. And like we said, the best way to get out of that would be a bearish retest.
Right. So that was Real Ice Bear, actually. I don't know if you're still around here, Real Ice Bear, but I remember you asked about that one. And yeah, you know, if this thing is just going to keep shorting into oblivion, I think we're going to have to steal their ticker for ATH vodka. That's all I'm saying.
That's your ticker. We need that one get gone so you can buy it or get the ticker.
Yeah.
But so no, that worked out just like basic normal TA. So if you would have sat there and on that low and that low right there, you would have put a trend line right there, and once it hit there, you would have sat there and just changed your position. You could have went out. You could have left at a less of a loss, which is sometimes the game. You got to cut. If you get into a loser, you got to know when to cut your loser, and the best way to cut your losers basically on a good bearish retest, which was a 10% pump. Not right now, buddy. I don't know. Not right now, buddy.
There were the kids today. Yeah, so if you would have gotten out on that bearish retest, you would have been able to jump that trade and cut your losses there. Yeah. Actually, now that Watchman is asking, he says or saying he doesn't mess with meme coins anymore. I know a lot of people feel that way, especially with the Trump coin, and you know a lot of people got burned by them. But Rob, you do have a special knack for trading them, and I think Watchman that could be the answer. Maybe not like hodling meme coins, but Rob has been pretty good at being able to call the meme coins. And all you Clash people, Clash family, now you're gonna get Clash. Rob's gonna have a look at it. So you did your job here, fam. You know what I think about Clash? I didn't know about it until you guys showed up. But if George found it, I'm sure there's some good backing behind it. He's really talented and he's awesome. So I'd say it has a pretty fair chance at having a good run here, right? I mean, I just believe in the teams and the people who are building them. And George is, he's a great guy. So let's see how it goes. But Rob will not be subjective about it. He'll be objective.
I don't make money from it. I make money both ways. So it goes up or down. I look for an opportunity.
Right. Tell you how it really is, and he's going to have a look at the chart now. So let's do this.
So, I mean, it definitely broke out. There wasn't significant volume on the breakout, which is probably good because that means I can get an entry on a pullback. So right now, what it looked to me, we just got into this resistance right here, and we made a change of character. We broke out of this falling wedge, which is a nice typical breakout pattern. People saw that. And that the level of support that I'm going to be looking, I'm actually, if this is on BYDFI, I'm not sure yet, but this bullish order block down here, I'm looking for it to get back down here. I changed my SMAs for some reason. I think it was for the last chart. So let me make that back into a 9. So that is up there. So what I want to see, and this is what I teach in group as well too, on how to get in for the best entry. So right now we're getting basically a hangman pattern. So what a hangman pattern is, I don't have it up with me right now, is you see this long wick underneath the candle body close. And most people sit there and say, that's a bullish candlestick. No, it depends on where you're at in the trend. And this started an uptrend. So we basically been kind of in a short-term uptrend right now. And now we put in a bearish candle. That's a bearish reversal candle for short term. And right now we got the bearish confirmation from this last candle close right here. And what we're going to be looking to do now is we're looking to lose this 4-hour SMA 9. And if we do, which I can kind of start looking at it right now is we lost a 1 hour SMA 9. I might be able to open up short right here since we got no volume basically. And we're not, and we've got these long wicks up here, which is kind of telling us that we got sell volume with that hangman and stuff like that. The hangman is basically in there to trick you. Now, what we can do is put a alert on the 1 hour SMA 9. I might be able to close short. I mean, see if my, I might be able to short this to entry. So a lot of times I'll short to my long entry, depending if that's the risk reward is good enough. So I want 5%, 4%, which my risk reward can be good if unless I don't want to go all in right now. I'm looking for a good 30% pullback, which is on altcoins normal on a day move.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but this one has run up pretty hard so far, while others are just tanking, right? So yeah, it wouldn't be surprising to see a pullback here. But you're saying that you like to short. So this is interesting. You like to short it on the way down to your entry and then get in a long potentially.
Yeah, I hit my reverse button or something.
I like it. I like it.
So yeah, I mean, if it kind of comes back up here and bearishly retest, I might be able to sit there and open up short, get back down here. We're looking at potentially, I'm not going to short more than 20% of a move. I'm probably going to close it at 18% with this bullish fair value gap right here that never got filled. There's lots of liquidity down in this area. Market makers don't want to take out the liquidity down here. So people who open up long probably moved up their stop losses or something like that. Or there might be just more orders sitting down here, and market makers want to get them filled before the move up. Now we're going to look at the 1 day 9. See where that mixes in with it. So we actually haven't broke the 1 day 9 just yet. We're actually moving on the 1 day SMA 9. So this is going to be a breakout trade on the 1 day SMA 9. But since it's such a large candle above it, we're going to have a fair value gap all the way down here. And we'll probably come back down and retest it. And let's look at the indicators on this real quick. Bullish indicators. So yeah, this is definitely looking like a good, I wouldn't suggest shorting it unless you're experienced. I'm going to put it that way. And you have really good risk management skills.
Okay, well, that sounds actually kind of like a bullish thing.
Yeah, so it's extremely bullish, but me, I'm extremely greedy. So we got the bullish indicators. I just deleted my one indicator, but I just looked at it. It looked bullish as well too. So basically, yes, I think this is going to have a lot of good upside. I think we're just starting on this token. This is a nice flag that just kind of broke out on it. The only thing I'd like to see is some more volume, but sometimes that comes in later. So now I'm going to zoom into the 12-hour chart. We got this up here. We're looking for that bearish crossover. That's telling us we can get that higher low. So we're looking for a higher. So if we get a good entry, we're looking at that potential higher low entry, which I would like to short to. Now is the time. How high is this token could be? Let's go ahead and delete all this.
All right.
All that.
Good stuff too.
Where are we going to go to now? So I need to find my entry. I don't want an entry right now. I want that lower entry. I want that 30% pullback.
Right.
Now
so we're greedy when it's appropriate to be greedy. Right.
Yep. So we just hit the 0.32 Fibonacci. So we're at the Fibonacci resistance as well too. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me go ahead and find. I'm going to say we're probably at like wave 1. We're looking for wave 2. We're going to short that wave 2 or wait for the pullback for the people who trade spot, not leverage. And look for the entry for that wave 2 down in here. Then we're going to be looking at wave 3. That's pretty a good one. Wave 4, then wave 5. Now, those aren't going to, I don't have them all completely fibbed out, but if we break this all-time high, we're looking at a potential up to 13 cents, this Fibonacci level. And I also like to go right in the middle on that one here. I got to reduce some of my fibs on here, but up to this area up here for when we go in the price discovery, and then we'll sit there and just look at momentum on these indicators in the 1 day time frame. And we'll look for, instead of this being down like this, we'll look for it to be like this, in order to sit there and say, all right, if we're up in here and this starts bearishly crossing over, all right, it might be time to potentially start taking some profits or moving up your stop losses, which you can use your 1 day 9 at that point to as a following stop to know once we close underneath that, we get this bearish crossover and the MACD will be bearishly crossing over as well too to leave trade. So yeah, it's looking like a very good trade. Looks like it has a lot of strength on it, and I do like this trade setup. And yeah, so I don't have anything bad to say on it. Just getting a good entry. And then say if it doesn't get the pullback, what would I do is the question. Because you got to make a plan for everything. Because I might not. That's why I said, unless you're really skilled, you might not want to short this token unless you have the skill set to do so and good risk management, because it might not get that pullback to where I'm looking to get an entry on. That means I'm going to have to breakout trade this level, where this bearish order block right here. We're going to be looking for a breaker block, and that there will be actually pretty simple. I'll turn that red, and we'll just look for a breakout above this level. and I'll put an alert on that line as well too. And then and once we break, and let me go ahead and get my drawing tools here. So if that does break out above here, like this, boom, then I'll move up after this retest here and starts going up and makes this higher high, or this swing high right here. That's whenever I move my stop losses to break even or into profit in case it turns into a fake out. Does go back down there, then I'm not negative on the trade. So that is my full plans of if it goes up, if it goes down, or if it goes against me on how I would trade it.
Wow, that was pretty solid. I mean, yeah, that was some solid TA right there. You guys got all of the possible scenarios, and Rob says it like it is. So he's not just here telling you Clash looks like a good chart just because you guys are Clash fans. So you're getting it like it is. So pretty cool to see. And go George for launching something so solid. I mean, it's great to see a voice in the space like him doing well. I love it. I like his style, and I'm glad about this. We're actually, we do trade on BYDFi, like I said earlier. Link is in the description below. Incredible sign up bonus right now, and you'll support the channel and Rob's charting and all our efforts here. If it's not listed on BYDFi, we can try to get it listed, and maybe we'll do some sort of trading competition or something like that, because it looks like we've got some room to run here. So many comments about Clash here. I don't know where you guys all came from, but it's fun to have you here. Let's see.
It's not on BYDFi, so we don't have to talk to them about that.
Okay. That's going to be our mission then. We're going to get this on there, and then you guys got to get in there and trade it, right? Like, we're going to tell them we're going to have a lot of trading there, and that's why it needs to be listed. So we're going to jump on the bandwagon here. So we looked at many different time frames. Let's see. I know there was the quant. Short everything. Don't be trapped like these guys. Okay. So you know what, guys? Like, there are a lot of people who are bearish. I mean, I'd say quant, you're probably like 70% of the people in the market right now, and that's fine, but like, this is all about confirmations and about like looking at the signals and finding confluence. And right now, as it stands, we don't have a confirmation that we're in a bear market. And so unobjectively, right? That's what we're discussing here, and all the different possibilities and probabilities. And like we said earlier, we could go down to 92K. It's not impossible to close a weekly below 100, but it's maybe not the most probable thing to happen right now. So that's sort of a summary of what we've been discussing. And lots of Clash fans. Cam, love to see it, man. Hopefully we can deliver so that you'll keep coming back. We'd love to see all you guys here. Let's see. Where do we got here? A lot new. Jin Credible, jump on Clash. We got a lot of Clash fans. So there you go. And the way that Rob charted this is the way that he looks at all the coins. So if you guys can pay attention and learn from that process, you can do this with a lot of the coins and apply some of the basic strategies that MA9 being one of them, right, Rob?
Yeah, you use it for alerts. You can use it for entry. It follows the price action very well. It's not like fully like proof on if it breaks above, it's a long. You need some extra confluence on it. But when it does break above, even if there's not confluence on it, you can have alerts set on it, so you can check on it. It's going to be your first alert that goes off most of the time. And if it's not a station, and what's nice about it, it's not a stationary alert. So like say like, oh, I put an alert down here, and it goes down through and keeps going down, or it's underneath here, or I put an alert right here and it keeps going down, and something that like I think has good fundamentals, and I want to buy the biggest dip there is. It would be very nice to be able to have a alert that will just sit there and say when it kind of gets bullish, kind of like look at Clash right now. It was going down for, let's see here. It started going down like right here when it lost it, and it did not close above it for 6 days. So you could have sat there and put an alert on this moving average. Then on the 6th day, when it got to close above it, you would have been alerted on it. You're not sitting there staring at a chart.
Right. Yeah, and that's exactly what we teach here, is that you don't have to babysit the charts to be able to be a good trader. Rob has a full-time job. As you can see, he has kids, he has a family, and he's still just setting his alerts, taking profits, getting into trades on the go. Guys, you guys can do this. You can definitely do this. And I see, Rob, you're getting a lot of people liking you in the comments, and as you should. You're an excellent trader, and we have the best mentor here. Guys, if you want to see this listed on BYDFi, join our Discord, The Hive. The link is in the description below. Let's flood the Discord. Let's let Michael know, and all the team that is in BYDFi that's on our server, they'll see this, and I think that'd be a good step forward. So we want to see the Clash fam in the Discord. The link is in the description below, guys. And who Tio Malo is asking if you can do wrap up with some Bitcoin TA. I mean, we did do some Bitcoin TA. Are you talking more shorter term? Let's just have a quick look here.
So
and see.
I could how about 1 day RSI? Let's look at that, or
Okay,
1 week RSI. Because
mhm,
I think right now the high time frames are way more important. So
right.
what we left off on was a Stosh RSI. We're looking for that another bullish crossover. Those only usually happens 2 times a year on the weekly chart. So now what we're going to look at, and I'm going to go into the bearish part a little bit.
Okay.
So I am going to include some bearish analysis on it. And this is probably where, if anybody on TA is sitting there talking bearish stuff and they're using anything, this is the one thing they could be using to sit there and say the bearish claim. We have bearish divergence on the RSI. It's pretty major bearish divergence. But this is where they get stuck on one thing only. And this is where you can't be stuck on one thing only. All right. So this bearish divergence is basically already not fully playing out, but it also is giving us the pullback that we expected. We came up to this trend line, we got rejected. We came down, we came back up to it, we got rejected, we came down. We're already coming down on it. So now this is where we're going to look at here. This is the whole this bull run specifically. This has been our level right here on the RSI, relative strength index. Is between 44 and 42 is where we've been holding support every time we got down there. And market structure is extremely important on your RSI, on your price action, and everything like that. So we're at 50 right now. Do we make it all the way down there? I don't know. Do we have to get all the way down there? No, we don't. We're kind of right in the middle right now, but we haven't lost that market structure yet. We can sit there and kind of 50 is also an important level just in basic RSI analysis. We can kind of go right here and then go back up. And just that going back up to that right there would be still bearish divergence, but going up there can put us into a new all-time high as well too. Or we might need that RSI to come all the way back down here, hold the support, and then go all the way back up here, which could put us into a new all-time high as well too. And getting down to this level here might bring us down to that 100K or that scary level that does that final shakeout that everybody's talking about. But the RSI is still in structure. Now, the bearish part would be and we can't sit there and say if this is going to happen or not, if we lose it. We lose this market structure, comes up back, we're bearish to retest it, and we go back down to here, we're in bear market territory then, most likely. And that you can see once this bull market, when we broke that level here, we never lost it the whole bull market. The whole time we've been going up, we've touched it, we broke it, we touched it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. We basically held support on this level here. So this is going to be a critical level. It's going to be a critical thing that we're going to be watching in group once we're in there. We're going to be looking for that to hold. And if that holds down in there and we're down in this area and that starts pointing back up and we're holding that level and we get the bullish crossover on the Stosh RSI that gives us our momentum, that's usually gives us the biggest move to the upside, as this is showing from that level on the 40 on the RSI, is whenever we're going to get that impulse move to the upside on Bitcoin, our potential last one on this cycle, going with what we just talked about in the beginning of this, the 9 laws, our last dip, our 9 dips on a Bitcoin cycle that we get here for our biggest move up. A lot of that's all lining up that's a lot of analysis at one time. That's all lining up all at one time. So it's like make it or break it, yes, but a lot of signals are sitting there saying, yeah, it is scary looking right now, but we're looking at that one time up to get everybody to FOMO back in. Everybody that's selling will get FOMO back in higher, and then they're going to get wrecked again.
Okay, that was the full circle analysis, you guys. So that would be a change of character, the RSI breaking structure, and then maybe we could consider, okay, maybe we're going into bear market territory. But as of right now, we're not there and we're not in it, and it's just one of the possible scenarios. So we're going to have to stay tuned. But if this ninth law for Bitcoin plays out, we hit a grand slam. Are you going to be prepared for that? And that's going to happen fast and quick. That's what we took away from this episode, if it does happen.
Yep. And if it does break down, you make a plan for it to break down as well too. I mean, my plan is actually really simple. If it breaks the SMA 50 and all the bearish stuff that does play out, so that means we'll be closing basically underneath this level. We're going to be looking at this. My plan's pretty simple. I'm going to make extra money by shorting the market even more. This bearish retest, probably on this bearish retest, and I'll be looking to stop shorting and to open up longs and buy again around the weekly SMA 200, which usually holds every bull market or every bear market. Previous ones besides the last one is, I'm gonna go in here real quick. Always held 100% of the time. Maybe wicked underneath it. Our last bear market, we did close underneath it, but that was your best time of buying. right in here, and it went up 15,000 or so. Then once we regained it, we went parabolic on Bitcoin. And that's also a rule of thumb in the stock market. So if that happens, most likely the stock market will be breaking down as well too. And you could do the same. Like I got told by some stock investors, stock traders, the best time to buy stocks is whenever the S&P 500's on the weekly SMA 200 or underneath it for investing.
That's the alpha. That is the if that then this scenario. You have a plan for both scenarios. Right now, we're looking to see if we get some bullish continuation. We're still in a macro uptrend. If we get that change of character, then you've got a plan for that too. We're going to keep you updated on this channel. I see a lot of you subscribing. You're loving what Rob's doing. I love to see it, guys. We want to provide as much value as possible. Rob is really great at what he does, and him and a lot of talented traders in CryptoGents and in the Hive. Guys, go sign up. You can have access to their charts for a limited time. Now we have the Discord open to everybody. So we really appreciate you guys being on today, and we're really excited for all the new subscribers and our new Discord, our new Hivers. We'll call you Hivers. And yeah, how to step out. All right, Joe. Well, thanks for all the support. Lots of alpha on the channel. Smash a like, hit the subscribe, notification bell. We will see you tomorrow again at the same time at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. So, Rob, thank you so much for today. Any closing thoughts?
Just be prepared for anything. Don't talk in absolutes. Say, if this happens, I'm going to do this. If this happens, I'm going to do this. If it does break down, we go into a bear market, you have a lot of time to go make some extra money and DCA into it whenever you get signals for the long. Just wait. Just don't talk in absolutes and be prepared for anything. I don't like sit there saying this is definitely going to happen. I like saying, if this happens, this is my plan. That's it.
Right.
Make a plan.
I like that a lot. And Raw Food Writer, I just saw your thing. Kick my 9 to 5 to the curb eventually. Absolutely. But you know what? You can use that 9 to 5 right now as a lifeline while you venture into this world and you start to learn these skills. And we're going to be doing it all throughout this bull market, the bear market, any market. We'll be making money. And that's the goal, guys, to be free. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and hope you have a wonderful Wednesday or Thursday, wherever you are in the world. And we will see you tomorrow.
Have a good night.